Hey everybody, it's Angela and I'm here to do a card today. And this is a stamp I got from Little Blue Button Stamps, and that's by designer Olga Shenko. And the stamp is called Friends Forever, and it is so cute. It's hard to tell here what the image is, so I've already stamped and colored it. And here it is. It's this cute little bird with his wing around the little girl, and they're sitting on a branch. And I colored mine up to look kind of like a cockatiel, because I put the little orange cheek on him, but you could color him to be any kind of parrot or bird, or just fanciful little bird. And I have these die cuts from Hot Off the Press, and they're circle scallops. So I used the circle to cut out my image, and then I used the scallop, the larger scallop, to go behind it. And now I'm just taking some papers from Fifth and Frolic, and I'm going to use them to cover this card base. And this is going to be a really simple card, just one of those you can make, real quick. And, you can have your colored images done up ahead of time. Like I usually keep a few colored things done, and then I make up a card when I need it. And so I'm going to use that as the background. And I love the size of this image. It fills up the card really well without being too big, yet you can really tell what it is. So I've just cut this strip to go behind the image just to bring a little bit more bolder color in there. So I'm going to put that across and just trim it down. And when I put it on there, it just wasn't quite enough. So I'm going to add a little scalloped border as well to kind of match the scallops of my circle. And I'm going to put the focal up on foam tape as well, because I probably will wind up sending this through the mail. So I want to make sure it's going to survive. And I almost stuck it down, and I thought, yeah, now I need to put that extra little border, extra little bit of color. So I go to the same Fifth and Frolic paper and I find some pink. I cut off a strip, and then I have this Martha Stewart, and I debated on that other punch there, but this one had the scallops that matched the scallop circle, and then it had little dots or little holes in it, which kind of matched the dots on that strip of paper behind. So I thought that this punch went a little better. And while I cut these out to fit on there, I'll let you know that this stamp by Little Blue Button Stamps is available through Quick Creations. So that's Quick Creations with a Z.com, and I will put a link to that shop below, and that's run by Noelle. And it's a really good quality stamp, and I really enjoyed working with it. So now I've just got my little piece of scallop. So I'm going to make two of them, one to go on the top and one to go on the bottom. So I just want them to be symmetrical. And that just brings a little bit more color and weight to that focal point, because I really want that to stand out. And like I said, it's a pretty simple card. This is about, all the paper cutting that's involved with it. So I'm just going to put it on some wax paper and dab some glue stick on there. I find that you don't really want to run your glue stick back and forth across it, because the glue will really get stuck down into those dots of your border strip. So if you just kind of dab it on there, it works better. So there we go. And then I'm going to use some scraps of my paper to decorate the inside. Just some of this dot paper. And then I'll need to punch more border strip. I didn't have quite enough border strip to go all the way across, so I just punch a little more to go on there. And then that way that gives me room to, write a message on the front or above that strip, and then just, like sign it below. Or, if I don't have a large message to send, I can just write a little message above that and just leave that decoration alone there on the bottom. So I'm just going to dab some glue on that as well. And this one, even with dabbing it, I got a little bit of glue coming up through those holes. So I just, use a dry baby wipe to clean that off. And then there's a sentiment that's best friends forever that comes with the stamp. And so I'm going to put that on the front. And I didn't want to use black ink. I wanted something that would match a little better. So I pulled out some of my pinks and yellows and I think a blue, because I have a few blue dots on there. And so I'm going to test them out on this little piece of paper. And I kind of like that Prima chalk ink. That green was too light to show up. That was just too mustardy yellow. That was too neon. That was too neon. And so I decide to go with the pink. And I'm also going to test, since it's the first time I've stamped with the sentiment, I did a test stamp. So I decided to put it down there. And it looks really cute. And then I'm just going to take my chalk and run it. I'm not going to put a messy edge on there, just a really light edging of that same pink all the way around to finish it off. And there is my finished card, and it turned out so cute. I really love that image. We've had cockatiels as kids and stuff, so I know that my mom would love this card. And I also have some photos of my stepson and his wife with some parrots and stuff, so I'm going to color one of these up to use on a scrapbook layout as well. And so that is my finished card. And if you have any questions or anything, just leave me a comment below. And again, I will leave a link to the shop where you can get the stamp. And thanks so much for watching. Bye.